Just imagine. Any comment on there? Still need to say something?
No, I was just wondering about the belt, if it was leather.
If it's leather belt, it's fine, because it's not used as a piece of as ihram or garment, so that's fine.
One more thing, you said
yes.
If a lady's ihram becomes najis, I'm presuming generally it's just the scarf or the outerwear, but if, like for example, they're wearing an abaya and that becomes najis, they have to remove it to get it cleaned, but they're not necessarily wearing anything underneath. Can they put another garment on?
Absolutely, you can change as many garments as you like.
Even though that may not be classified as their ihram?
No, because anything that they wear will be ihram.
Okay. All of the attire that they wear?
All of the attire. And no matter how many layers there may be. I know there was a question that was posed last night of covering the feet for women within ihram. I asked Ayatollah Sayyid Sistani a few years ago, and he said he wasn't too sure about what his fatwa was. He couldn't recall at that point, but he said, I feel it's okay there for them not to wear it. Yes? I was in a company of a few people. He said it's okay.
Can you repeat that? The socks?
I was asking Ayatollah Sistani a few years ago if women need to wear socks during ihram. At that point, he couldn't recall his fatwa. Yes? He couldn't recall his fatwa at that point. He didn't know whether he made a distinction between the salah requirement and requirement of the ihram. He said he felt it was okay, but maybe it's better to be cautious and to wear it.
Because this information from Pakistan as well, socks is part of the hijab, so it must be on until you return to your home with a female around, then you can remove them.
So he's saying that socks are a part of ihram?
Part of hijab. Hijab is heavier than the ihram.
Yeah, so in ihram you can take the socks off?
No, only when you come to your home.
No. So is he saying that ihram requires socks?
Yes, it's a wajibat of hijab.
No. You see, when I asked him, well then, okay, fine, this is what I'm saying. When I asked him, he said he wasn't sure whether he distinguished between hijab and ihram or not. And he felt that it was okay to remove the socks in ihram. Yes? But he wasn't sure about that distinction if he had made it or not, when we were asking him. So it's good to wear it, of course.
It's good to wear it as hijab, and I think hygienically in the haram, there's lots of infections around. To protect your feet, I think socks are vital.
Okay.
But some people, while they're running from Safa and Marwa, actually slip. You know, my auntie had an incident a couple of years ago. She slipped with the socks. You know, when you're doing sa'i?
because of the
The socks will protect you sometimes.
But she
foot can come, it can fracture your toes.
Anyway, according to the ulama's views, according to the views of ulama, they are not too certain if socks are a part of hijab or not. That is across the board, yes? Across the board, they're not certain whether the socks are part of hijab or not. Yeah? I'm saying across the board. But if sister says that sister has given that fatwa, then that's the end of the story.
That can be checked out in his office in Makkah.
Okay, well we can check it out. Yeah, we can check it out.
Can I just one last clarification? You said this about between perfume and scent. Like some things that you may use, they just have a smell. Maybe, for example, when you're washing or whatever, you buy like perfumes and shampoos and things like that. Well, they're not perfumes. So you can still say they have a smell, or sometimes they have these like antibacterial like gels we can use just to wipe our hands, for example, from alcohol or something. You know, it's difficult to get to the bathroom and we want to just clean our hands. And although so they're not perfume, but you can smell something is there just as the chemicals and the actual stuff. Now, is the actual ruling regarding things which are perfumed to make the thing smell nice, or is it just a case of actually if something has a scent? Irrespective of whether it seems nice or not, it just has a smell.
No, I don't think that's the case. Scent has to be classified conventionally as a nice scent, not a chemical smell, yes, which is not actually classified as a scent or a perfume or anything.
So it's like determined by whether you would consider to be the intention of the people making this thing actually that it's perfume, or whether it's determined by whether you like the smell or not.
No, you know what, it's quite easy actually. We don't have to be that particular about this. You know, normally you can smell something and say, oh, this is a nice scent.
Something which pleases.
Yeah?
Something which pleases.
Something that pleases. And you know, you may have this antibacterial hand wash that has a scent, but you know this is a chemical scent. It's nothing to do with perfume. It's quite obvious. We know these things. So we don't have to be so particular, but at the time we might say, actually, you know what, this is a nice fragrance. Then avoid that.
You said something about not pushing people while they're in the hospital. Is it possible, I know it's difficult, but can we try to resist so that our shoulder doesn't lose its position, you know, like we have to maintain?
You know, I'll explain that.
Can we try to resist that force and the push?
You have to. You have to, because there are 2 or 3...
I'm not pushing them, but I'm resisting it.
Yeah, you can. You have to actually do that. Otherwise the tawaf may not be valid. So you need to do that. But there are ways in which to do things like that. You can resist, and it will not be considered as you pushing anybody else.
And is there a particular way of walking? Can I walk with my feet of elbow just popping out so that I don't get pushed and I put defense mechanism?
Well, I know I'm going to be walking behind you for sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Yes. There's no, like namaz you have.
Did you know the beauty about devotion to Allah is that if we humble ourselves, by and large we get away with it. If we humble ourselves, really humble ourselves, sometimes you might be flung, you know, across, but that's fine. That's fine. Come back, and by and large you get away with it. Because people normally, when they see somebody very humble, they're not inclined to push. I don't know why. You know, they're not inclined to push. Normally people just give way, no matter how busy or rushed it may be. It's something that happens then.
And in between Umrah Tamattu and Hajj Tamattu, you can also perform tawaf for somebody else, right? I mean, as just the tawaf.
Absolutely. Without the sa'i, yes.
Without the sa'i, just
with the salah, tawaf and salah, yeah.
Tawaf and salah.
Yeah.
For family members.
Absolutely.
Who are alive and...
Yes, absolutely. No, that's perfectly allowed. But we'll explain that as we come to them. Yeah.
Whenever you do like glasses, do we listen to iPods? Like, you know, iPods, Quranic recitation?
You can, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Can you just talk a little bit more about what, in terms of food, what is a strong scent, what should we avoid?
As far as foods are concerned, those things which are normally known as food substances, you can eat all of them without smelling them or deliberately trying to smell their scent. You can eat all of them. But if someone eats things which are not food substances, yes, but have scent, then that would incur penalties.
Rose water. Turkish delight with roses.
Turkish delight with roses. That would be one. So things like that, yeah.
Can we not check, for example, sandwich or burger, just to check that he's not given the old one, just to make sure?
Yeah, but that's not scent. That's not scent, is it?
It's not scented, but it is.
Absolutely, it's not scent. You can eat oranges, apples, everything, but you should not deliberately take the scent. Just eat it. Sorry? Chewing gum has mint in there, right? Mint is okay. Mint is fine.
Toothpaste is okay as well.
No. Toothpaste is not okay unless it's... This toothpaste has a smell like that.
Chewing gum may smell toothpaste.
What sort of smell does toothpaste have?
Minty.
Should be okay. But actually don't use toothpaste because it may cause you to bleed. And then that might be a penalty. Okay? They just do the siwak instead.
It's not toothpaste that makes you bleed.
Sorry?
It's the brushing that makes you bleed. Dentists do it as well. Because the brushing itself, not the toothpaste, that makes you bleed.
Okay, fine. Brush your teeth without the brush.
Anyways, gum is not, there's no nutritional value in having chewing gum, so why would you?
Cigarettes don't have any nutritional value. Why would anybody smoke either?
In terms of the smell.
Yeah, in terms of the smell.
It's bad smell. It's actually recommended. You're not supposed to avoid bad smells. You know, you're doing it for the sake of purity.
You're joking.
No, to keep the
You're not allowed to stay.
Oh, and service to mankind.
Ah.
And service to mankind.
I don't understand why smoking is not.
Huh?
I don't understand why smoking is not.
There are many things I don't understand.
No, we don't have to.